Morning YouTube, Scott from SE Landscaping, ground care specialist up in the northeast of England. Something a bit different today, and the weather's changed, which is good. We've got around 30,000 bed plants to start putting in across the northeast for our parish councils. Anybody who knows our company from 2014 up until now will know that through the Britain in Bloom scheme we've won more medals than more farah, to be honest. We've been really successful with gold and silver medals for a lot of our displays. So you'll see a bit of planting out today, you'll see some of our schemes before and after, and like I say, every year our parish councils that we work for enter the Britain in Bloom scheme. And what we do is we cut the grass, we put hanger baskets up, we plant tubs, we plant bedding displays. We just have everything looking perfect, not just for the day but all year round, because you actually get assessed a couple of times in the year. Basically they come out in spring, April time, when everything's dormant and it's looking quite bleak, just to have an idea of what the sites look like. And then they'll come back mid-July and basically they'll look for leaves and bits of grass out of place, and you can lose points for the daftest of things, a bit of litter in a park or on a flower bed. And then there's obviously the wildflowers and things like that also play a part in it. They're keen on wildflowers, for obviously we know we have a problem with insects, bees and birds and everything dying off, so lots of things are becoming extinct. So with wildflowers and leaving rough areas of grass in places, it's helping that out. So if you stay tuned, you will see some footage that I will be taking over the coming days, and I'll also get some footage in a couple of months' time where everything's really blooming on display. And like I say, it's alright seeing the plants all in uniform going in a couple of months' time. Once they've been fed and watered quite regular, these look outstanding, to be honest. I have had, I do go to Kew regular, I do go to the Royal Parks in London, Regent's Park, quite a lot when I'm down in London. And like I say, their displays, they're no better than ours, to be honest. We're on a par from what I've seen. The reason I do go to these displays as well as the horticultural shows is because of research. Find out what the latest trends are, how different types of plants are being used rather than the same old stuff that we've used for years. So it's good to go to these places, because the Royal Parks, for instance, I believe they operated by a national, or if not multinational company. I think it's ID Verde who do some of the parks, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously these guys have all the knowledge and everything, and plenty of people to come up with some good designs. So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll get you some footage. So here we are in the nursery, guys. 3 full tunnels of plants and baskets to go in over the next week and a half. As you can see, lots to do. And now I'll take you on to some of the beds that we've got. Here's one that we've already prepared earlier, rotivated and composted, etc., ready to plant. And here is the finished product. You'll notice from the plants that different beds have different spacings. It all depends on the overall finish of the plants that we are putting in. Begonias and things fill out a lot more than smaller plants like salvias and geraniums. They tend not to fill out as much. So the density of the planting is based on the actual size in sort of 2 months' time, when they've been fully watered, fertilised, and they've been allowed to grow ready for midsummer. So a bit of a tip, if you are doing any planting schemes, just do a bit of research on them, really. Some of the grassed areas you see here are ours and some aren't. Some are council, local council authority, but some of the areas around the planting schemes are ours. You can usually tell because you'll see a better quality of service than what the council provide. A bit rough and ready usually. So yeah, a variety of different species, bit of cineraria as an edge there, just to give a bit of a different colour. Usually most of the plants are green with flowers on, but if you can put a nice silver edge in, or lobelia like we have here, loving the straight lines there, mind, which end up blue, and then interplanted with impatiens on that bed, which are busy lizzies. One memorial area that we plant there for the parish council as well, and along the front of a council office, another area we do, and a spot of planting. You can actually see a few plants going in, just about to get down with the trowel there, and put a few impatiens in. Impatiens, as I say, also known as busy lizzies, they're low grown, so they're more ground cover. So this bed's slightly mounded up. They're not ideal on a flat bed, but these mounded up ones in sort of a month's time, once these plants grow over the whole area, as you're driving up this street, there's that many different colours in these impatiens mixed in, because they're a mixed variety, that it looks really, really outstanding. So planting wise, I suppose a question a lot of people sometimes ask is, how many plants can you put in a day? I would say on average, if a bed's prepared and the plants are chucked down on the floor, it's more of how many you can plant in a minute. As you can see from the footage, it's a bit of an art, but on a good day and in good soil, we can put sort of 30 to 40 in a minute. And in the course of a day, yes, you're going backwards and forwards to pick up plants, etc. But we can easily put a good few thousand plants in a day. Obviously, it depends on the scheme as well. Some beds are smaller. This bed here, for instance, I think it's roughly around 450 busy lizzies and around 150 lobelia as an edge. So it's a 600 plant bed, and I think, including getting them off the van, chucking them down on the floor, and then putting them in and just going round and tidying up after, I think probably just over an hour was spent on this bed. But like I say, with the smaller beds, it's sometimes a bit more fiddly. A big open space makes it a lot easier. But yeah, as you can see, the soil is like dust here, and 3-4 plants in a couple of seconds. So yeah. As for feeding, what we tend to do is we have a water bowser that carries 1,500 litres of water, and we buy Miracle Grow, which goes in that. It dilutes down. Basically dilute it first with the water, then dilute it again into the 1,200 litres. We don't do it every time. We tend to do once a week with the feed, the rest of the time with the water. And like I say, we get really good displays off the beds. So maintenance wise, apart from that, a lot of flowers tend to just flower and flower. Some drop off. Geraniums are a bit high maintenance. You tend to have to snip them off with either pruning secateurs, or it's a lot easier to have a pair of scissors at hand. Snip the old flowers off and you'll get new blooms coming up constantly. Edging plants like lobelia and things, once they bush out into a small bush, that's pretty much it. You don't need to do anything with them. So, and there is your finished bed. So I will get some footage over the coming months of what these beds look like when they filled out, which some of these will look, well, all of them will look spectacular, but some look better than others depending on where they're sited and what type of season it is. For certain plants grow better in certain wet seasons and dry seasons. So yeah, I will get some footage and come back to these jobs over the course of the next few months. So we've just come back to yesterday's work. We should have been watering this morning, but as you can see the heavens have opened, which is amazing because it means we can go and put some more plants in and get more work done. So stay tuned, we'll get you some more footage. So guys, I hope you like what you've seen the last few days, some of the plant beds, and I hope you're eager to see in a couple of months time the finished jobs midsummer. And if you like what you do see with our channel, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And any comments on anything, obviously a lot of you guys just cut grass. If you're looking to go into things like this contract wise, quite happy to share any experience and knowledge I've got, because like I say, in this trade everybody makes mistakes in the early days. Not everybody's choice of how they do things in the early days is the right one, and you do learn from your mistakes, and I've made many over the years. So if I can help anybody out, please leave a comment and I will get back to you on that. Thanks for watching guys.